Hey everybody, Jordan here with Canada and TJ, and welcome to another episode of Think and Drive. Okay, so guys, I'm really excited. Super excited.
Wow.
Whoa.
Sorry.
We almost had a wreck. Man is going to Mars. There is a plan to colonize Mars in the relatively near future. Elon Musk of SpaceX is going to take us there.
Supposedly.
No, it's a certain fact.
I was going to say, all right, so he's tried this before, though, right? And it didn't work out so well.
Mm-hmm. That's because people want to spend the rest of their lives on Earth, not on
But now, I think SpaceX and NASA are working together on this, whereas before SpaceX was sort of by itself.
Right. Well, and then NASA was by itself, although it had government funding. But I like the meddling of private and public things like that. I just think that's a good thing. Now, Canada, you really have more authority on this than either one of us.
Her dad's a rocket scientist, let's just say that.
He's a retired rocket scientist. I love my dad. He's such a character because I've asked him his opinion on things like, what do you think about going to the moon? He's like, it's kind of pointless to go to the moon. It's just rocks up there. He was telling me how, like, if anybody in the near future goes to Mars, they won't be coming back. Not because...
That's true. I think what SpaceX, the plan is to, so they launch the initial, like, manned rocket into orbit, right? And then, after that, they launch a refueling tank to orbit with it, and they connect, and it refuels in orbit.
Okay.
And then it goes to Mars on minimal fuel and solar power. I think that's the plan. I'm not sure. I haven't really done much reading because I was so excited because I love the idea of colonizing Mars. To me, that is just... I would not want to do it myself.
I don't know. After watching The Martian, I really don't want to.
I don't know. That made me actually want to.
Really?
Do it.
There's I don't know. It's I don't know. But hey, let me dream, okay?
I'm not trying to kill your dreams, just trying to be practical. You know, try to keep a balance.
That's just a nice way of saying we're trying to kill your dreams. The only way I would like to go to Mars is if there was already well.
There we go.
Okay, there's a fire somewhere. If there was already an established colony, and it was guaranteed that I could go there and come back, then I would want to go.
I've watched too many sci-fi movies. Did you guys ever see that movie Mission to Mars? Like, there have been so many movies about people going to Mars.
Yeah.
There's another movie coming out, and I can't remember what it's called, but it looks really interesting in the trailer. What's his name?
Chris Pratt?
No, Ender from Ace of Butterfield.
Ace of Butterfield. Oh, yes, I saw that trailer today.
Wait, what is that?
Yeah, it's this movie
It's called The Space Between Us.
Yeah. Where he plays a kid who was born in a colony on Mars, and then he comes back to Earth, and, like, his experience.
And it kind of switches that whole dynamic, because we're always, really we're always curious about Mars, but he was born on Mars, so he's curious about Earth.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
And so it's, like, switches that perspective around. Yeah. That's a really cool story. But yeah, Ace of Butterfield... another movie
Which he's
I
a good actor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ender's Game was an amazing movie, and
absolutely.
the book was even better.
Yeah.
Really?
The book was
I've got to read that book.
That movie actually stayed pretty decently true to the book.
Yeah, it had to cut out a lot of things because that book is so complicated. Okay. It's so depressing in the book, though.
Really?
Yeah, it's super depressing because I'm not going to give anything away, but all that horrible stuff Ender went through in the movie, in the book, he's like, at the beginning, isn't he like 3 years old in the beginning?
Yeah, he's really young. Now, what are the flavors in their refreshers? Can you see it, TJ?
I'm blind.
I see...
We're all blind in this car.
I see strawberry.
Okay.
That's about all I see.
I'll have a tall strawberry refresher. Now, I've always loved, like, space stuff, like Star Trek, and I think, like, my love of sci-fi was built from... My dad was a Trekkie, and probably because he was a rocket scientist.
Yeah.
And so, like, we loved watching that kind of stuff. But it's always fun to watch fantasy or sci-fi movies with him, because he'll be like, yeah, that would never happen. Like, we watched The Avengers, and the helicarrier took off, and he's like, that's really cool, but that could never happen.
Speaking of Star Trek, did you guys see Star Trek Beyond?
I did not.
No, not yet.
It was not, in my opinion, it was not as good as Into Darkness.
Oh, well.
See, I didn't like Into Darkness.
What?
I thought it was good. I liked Into Darkness.
That was the best one.
I didn't like Into Darkness because they redid the Wrath of Khan story.
Yeah, well,
and you can't
that's why I liked it, because I didn't have any prior.
You can't redo Wrath of Khan. Wrath of Khan is one of the best Star Trek movies there is.
See, I never saw Wrath of Khan.
But it's a different timeline.
No, they did the same stuff. Here's what was bad about Star Trek Into Darkness. About halfway through the climax, I recognized that they were redoing Wrath of Khan, and I knew exactly what was going to happen.
When the Tribble starts breathing,
well,
you're like,
here's why, though.
Yeah.
It's because the death in the Wrath of Khan is a fixed point in time. It has to happen no matter if the timeline is reset.
Whovian.
No, this is a different timeline. When you're talking about different timelines, you're not talking about fixed points in time. Fixed points in time are only relevant to the dimension which those fixed points in time are.
Yada, yada.
Don't argue with the movie, okay?
This is why I prefer fantasy. But yeah,
you know what? The question though that we have to ask is, how do you guys think we would respond if there were life on another planet?
I know this is a controversial thing. I don't think Christianity is necessarily at odds with that notion at all. Because think about this. We serve a well, there are other forms of life. Angelic. Right. You know? I mean, that is a legitimate form of life. And I do believe, like, I think that it's more likely that there are animals on other planets than it is likely that there isn't, because of how big the universe is and the variety that's in the universe. To me, it's kind of silly to say that all other planets are lifeless rocks, except for Earth. You know? But if we ever discovered intelligent life on other planets, I don't think that necessarily is at odds with Christianity.
I think C.S. Lewis did a really great job in Paralandria.
Paralandra.
Paralandra. Yeah.
Where he, goes into all of that and some of the ramifications of, okay, if we went into a world that had not fallen, we would be bringing our sin with us.
True. Yeah.
So would we cause that world to fall?
Yeah. And that's a great book too, man.
Yeah.
That's an awesome
That whole
book.
series is really
good. Yeah. Don't tell me how it ends yet. I haven't finished the last book.
Oh.
No. Canada, you love spoilers. I am not.
I love spoilers.
No. I do not want anything spoiled. So that's why, like, if I actually really want to, like, if I think I'm really gonna like a movie, I have to go see it opening weekend. Yeah. Because I'm afraid I'll see a spoiler on Facebook or something like that. You're talking about The Martian. I still want to read that book.
Oh yeah.
It started out as just a guy doing like a blog, right?
I don't know the story behind it.
I think that's the story behind it. The guy was just like, okay, what if I were, Watney, and I was stranded on Mars? So he just started doing like this daily blog from Mars about.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then people picked it up and were like, hey, you need to turn this into a book. So then he turned it into a book, and then somebody's like, this would make a good movie. So they turned it into a movie.
I need to start a blog.
There you go. So there you go. If you're looking for a good blog, engage. The movie will come out soon.
Yeah, engage.
That'll be an interesting movie.
Watch as 3 people drive around
in a world.
In a world.
Oh no! Yeah, we're not doing that.
Christmas 2018.
There we go.
Starring Nicolas Cage as Teddy James.
That is a discussion for another day. If you could have somebody play you in a movie, who
I'm choosing Benedict Cumberbatch, obviously.
Wouldn't be Nicolas Cage.
Great. Well, we are back at our secret base. Thank you for sticking around with us and driving around and talking about just random stuff. Join us in the conversation in the comments. Leave a like if you liked the video and subscribe for more. And until next time, share truth, apply scripture, engagemagazine.net. We'll see you in the next video.